I just made a big, long antisocial rant about social media and the way that those of us on YouTube and those folks in my audience and with whom I communicate, that we're all just trying to reach each other through the morass of giant corporations that just want to reinforce the status quo. And at the end of that video, I made an announcement because I've been trying to make this announcement for like weeks now, but it's never a good time. But so I started that video by saying I gotta make an announcement, and then I ranted for 15 minutes or whatever, and then out of obligation I made the announcement. But because I appreciate you subscribing and you clicking a button that says I want to see more content from this person, I'm trying to honor that by just going ahead and making an announcement video and make it easy for you to see. Funded by my patrons on Patreon, thank you so much. I have made a book about Bent Creek, North Carolina, which is a place you have seen me fish, try to fish. For years, you've been watching these videos of me smoking my pipe and fishing and shooting photos in the woods. A huge percentage of that time, I have been in Bent Creek. I struggled with revealing the location. I used to call this place Close Creek. So any video that you've ever seen of me fishing in, and sometimes, give me this. On occasion, I do catch a fish, right? On occasion. In my videos and my photos, I've always called it Close Creek because it's very close to my heart, and the brambles and the brush is incredibly close, and it was an amazing place, and by amazing I mean terribly frustrating place to learn to fish because it taught me that every cast, most casts fail, but eventually I did learn how to make a good cast. Last year I did a big project on Hominy Creek, which is also a place very close to me and where I spent a lot of time in those early years learning to fish. So this year I wanted to do a big project on Bent Creek, which is the other place that taught me how to fish, and the result is this book. It is 100% my work, self-published, all designed by me. I don't really know if that's a selling point, but 24 really awesome, old school, traditional, intimate landscape photos of this place, and it is arranged from in the direction of the stream's flow. So I started at the top. There's about a 1 mile portion where it's legal to fish, and I waded that 1 mile, which is a lot harder than it sounds for those of you who don't fish. And I took pictures of things that I saw along the way and presented them in that order in this book this spring. And my patrons already know about this, and my Instagram following already knows about this, but it's been really hard for me to announce it to you guys for some reason, because I've been all caught up in the other stuff that I ranted about in the other video. Because I just ranted about capitalism, I feel it necessary to point out you were watching a video of me talking to you in my garage with like trash bags full of shipping supplies, and I think this is old candle wax. I'm not in this for the fortune and fame and glamour, right? This is a true heartfelt mission, and in that spirit, my patrons funded the production of this book, and they already have their copies. I have 5 copies remaining of this book because I had to do a very small printing. There are 5 copies that remain of this book on my website, links below. If you order this book, 100% of the net proceeds benefit the Pisgah Conservancy. I'm not making a dime on this book. The garage will not be upgraded if we sell 1 million copies, because there aren't 1 million copies to sell, and I'm just giving all the money away. Tens of dollars I'm going to donate to the Pisgah Conservancy because they are the folks that maintain the trails and the bridges and make it possible for me to haul my fat ass out into the woods and make content for you. 5 remaining physical copies of this book on my website, links below, and they are $25 shipped to your door in the United States. If you're out of the country, we'll have to talk. I don't know about that because I do want to have money left over to donate to them for each sale. But the way that breaks down is it costs $10 to ship this thing. And so that leaves, I'm bad at math, 15, and it costs $4 to print each copy. $11 goes to the Pisgah Conservancy from every sale of this book, which I think is a really awesome book. If you are not interested in owning a physical book, you can buy the ebook for $10, and 100% of that goes straight to the Pisgah Conservancy. Today, I am releasing 2 videos that I made at great effort of the shooting and production of this book, of me actually out in the woods and dealing with it as a project and trying to fish while I was doing it. That didn't last too long. I did catch a fish, damn it. I think I also lost a pipe in the water. So there is pipe smoking content as well although I might have edited that. I can't remember. It was like hours and hours of video that I edited down to a part 1 and part 2 of me slogging through this creek trying to take the photos for this book. I think these videos are hilarious. Of course, I would think that. I find myself really amusing. So, key takeaways. I made a book. Down below are links to where you can buy it and a link to a public Patreon page that gives you so much content, behind the scenes stuff that you can all see as members of the public. Oh, I forgot. If you want another key takeaway, if you want this book at 50% off, become a patron. You get 50% off. I mean, I guess that's less money to the charity, but we're talking about like $10 here. You could just get 50% off if you're in it for yourself. The final key takeaway is 2 new videos out today that I shot back in the spring. I'm releasing today, so you can see me flail around in the creek trying to do my job. I think that's all. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate that you allow me your attention, and I'm endeavoring to be deserving of it. I hope you're all well and safe, and I hope you remain true to what you find in the woods and keep the ends out for the ties that bind.